When Anko van der Werff took on the role as CEO of SAS in 2021, the COVID-19 pandemic was still ongoing and an unpredictable recovery phase lay ahead. The years since have been nothing short of eventful, with the company undergoing a Chapter 11 process and now entering a new phase of transformation. Anko will share his insights from this journey. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, great. Good fun.
Yeah, is this your first time in Åre?
No, Åre we've been with family skiing 4 times, I think now. So
Nice.
regular guests in Åre. But first time at the business forum and first time in the hotel here. So that I hadn't seen yet. Good fun.
Nice. Welcome here.
Thank you.
Looking back at when you joined the SAS in 2021, what were your immediate priorities and how have they evolved throughout the Chapter 11 process?
Yeah. So I think first of all, business is unfortunately occasionally very much about finance, very much then becomes legal. But the other pillar that we always had very clear focus on was, of course, the customer, operations. And I shared this earlier as well. We have a Dutch philosopher who's actually a football player, Johan Cruyff, and he's written books. And his statements are a bit silly, but one of his statements is that football is a very simple game. But in order to play football simply, it's actually very difficult. It's very difficult to play football simply. And that's the same with airlines. And so we also really wanted to make sure that we could have an airline that was simpler, easier to manage, and therefore would drive results for customers. Because in the end, what customers want from you is something very simple. They want you to fly, not cancel. You want us to fly on time. And you want us to give you back whatever we gave you, right? Bags or pets or whatever it may be. And so those 3 things we also really focused on. It was the legal, it was the financial, of course, making sure balance sheets and getting money in, but very much around the customer. How can we build a better lives for our customers? And I think there we really have come a very long way.
What has been the result or the response from the customers?
Yeah, so, NPS, obviously, right, Net Promoter Score. Last year in February, we were around 16. Now we are at 55. So almost a 40 points increase. And that is very much driven by our operational performance. Last year, we ended up in the top 10 airlines in the world, most punctual airlines in the world. We were number 9 for the full year 2024. In February, we were 4th in the world. And I think I'm not yet allowed to say this, but we're going to do it anyway. In March, we were 2nd in the world. Out of 660 airlines, we were number 2 in the world in terms of most operationally excellent airlines in the world. And that's fantastic, right?
Yeah.
Because in the end, that is really what our customers care about.
What have been the most difficult decisions you've had to make in steering SAS through such uncertain and volatile times?
Yeah, I think it was, look, the decisions as such are maybe quite clean. You have to take them, you want to take them, you know where you want to end up. And so those are maybe easier to take. I think the whole setting of COVID with a transformation is quite difficult, right? COVID, no one really knew what was happening. And I was half with another airline during COVID and then half with SAS. Yeah, you cannot imagine, right? Every single time you think, okay, now we're ready and now we can fly again. And then there's the Delta variant. Okay, now we can fly again. And there's the Omicron variant. And so you're ramping up and then you have to ramp down and you're ramping up. That is truly complex. No one knew how long would it take, how long will it take to have vaccines, how long will it take before people are back, and what will that market then look like? That was really difficult. What kind of customer will there be in the future and how quickly are they back? That I think has been quite challenging. All the other things, the legal, financial part, raising money, that follows what kind of business you want to be. And I find that easier. But figuring out where the market is going and what passengers will be like after COVID, that takes time.
SAS is transforming. How do you balance its strong legacy with the need for agility and future readiness?
Well, fortunately, we live in a part in the world where, of course, that is somewhat baked in, right? I really do find Scandinavian countries to be forward-looking, forward-thinking, very, in many ways, innovative. And so we really embrace that and really, right, it is the core of who we are in the end. We know Scandinavia and we are Scandinavia. So I think that is somewhat easier for us. What is still complex is that you do that in 3 countries with multiple, call it hubs or bases, and you fly 800 flights a day from Los Angeles to Tokyo and from Svalbard to Morocco, right? And that's a pretty, unique challenge, certainly in the winter season with all the snow and ice and everything. So that is challenging, but I think we found the right balance because again, when I look at how strong we are now operationally, it means that we have found the right way forward for the company.
What role do you see SAS playing in the broader European consolidation, especially with the entrance into SkyTeam and the involvement of Air France-KLM?
Yeah. I've been a very vocal supporter of consolidation. I think it needs to happen in the European space. The United States airlines have done this 15 years ago, and many, if not all of them, have fared really well since the moment they did that. And I think we should do the same. And we cannot necessarily be the hunter, if you like, right? We cannot be the one who really consolidates Europe. We are a mid-sized airline at the outskirts of Europe. So for us, it was really how can we position ourselves to be part of that consolidation and maybe even be one of the first ones to start that process again after COVID, and therefore team up with a big group. And that's what we've done with Air France-KLM. And I hope, and that is a decision that Air France-KLM needs to make, but I hope that that continues and that we really, in the near foreseeable future, see us really be part of Air France-KLM group and of a consolidated Europe at least.
Thank you, Anko, for being here and visiting us at Web TV here in our business forum. I hope we will come back again.
I hope so. It's great. It's been fun so far. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.